Hello, my wonderful and beautiful people that accidentally got donkey kicked in the face 6 times in a row, and now their face is slightly misshapen. It's SJB here, and we are playing a 2 Mega Pops challenge with our good friend here, Etienne, or ETN, if you want to get fancy with it. I picked this skin because I actually find it to be one of the more interesting skins in the game. I just like it, alright? Maybe we'll even talk about aliens later on in this video. But for now, we got to talk about the crap that we don't really want to talk about, alright? This is a 2 Megapops video, and I gotta be straight with you, I think that we are going to lose this 2 Megapops challenge. There's a lot of hurdles that we're going to have to jump over to make this work for us. Like, a lot of hurdles that we're going to have to jump over to even try to not even just get 2 Megapops, but to even beat the game. Etienne is not designed to do what he's currently doing here. He's not designed to pop a ton of Bloons. What he's designed to do is he's designed to be more of a support hero. And he's not even that great of a support hero in a broad sense, but in a very specific sense. What he does is he gives you camera detection. That's it. It doesn't seem crazy or anything like that, but there are a lot of problems with camo balloons later on in the game that can actually be sort of problematic. And he solves that issue for you in its entirety. Normally, cam detection is actually a pretty big deal in BTD6, making sure you got your villages in the right spots, or you upgrade the right... Why did that not get popped, dude? Or you got your villages in the right spots, or you've got your towers upgraded to that camo level, or whatever the heck you need to do to make... Oh my god, look at this. More balloons take it through. But he is not really designed to pop balloons. Now, that's not to say that he can't pop balloons. That is absolutely incorrect. He most definitely can pop balloons. But as you can tell, we're already running into some major issues here without too much crap going on. I mean, I've got a good glue here. It obviously isn't soaking through all the layers or anything like that, but it's slowing everything down, kind of keeping it in place. And what I have to do is I have to go for a pretty high-level glue gunner here pretty quickly. Or we can switch this up, and I believe this is the way to go for now. We're going to go for a village instead. We're going to go for a quick jungle drums on this guy. Let's make this happen. Yeah, we're going to throw the village over here, because I believe I'm going to throw more things down probably in this vicinity than I am in this vicinity. But we'll see how things go. We're going to get the bigger radius, and of course that should get in the radius here. And now we're going to go for a jungle drums. So, Etienne is a goofy hero in the sense that buffs don't really work perfectly on him. You kind of have to be smart about how you're going to buff him, because a normal Elk buff, which is the way we would normally buff a lot of our heroes here, just straight up doesn't work. I mean, it's just a fact. It just doesn't work. There's no other better way to put it than you cannot actually, at all, buff Etienne with an Alchemist. It just doesn't even throw on him. It's not like you can't do it right or you have to do something special to make it happen or something like that. Like, no. It just doesn't freaking work. All right, so... ooh, 27. Oh, this is going to be bad, I think. I kind of wasted my ability on around 20. I don't want to call it wasted. I did use it. But now we're in a bit of a pickle. A bit of a large pickle here. And I don't have jungle drum money either. Not really anything I can do about it. I don't think these guys can pop it either, so we're going to have to try to figure out what the heck we're going to do to make sure we're going to survive round 27. This is going to be tight, but it's got a chance here. Real tight. Down on the bottom here, we are going to pop those guys. We use our ability here. We do take down round 27, and now, how do we pop round 28? Suck my ball. No lead popping power either. This is just absolute and utter chaos at this point, and there's just no easy solution at all. We can either go hard thorns down here or barbed darts and heat tip darts. But with either one of those strategies, we still have to actually struggle against the lead balloons because Etienne's not in range of actually popping these guys. So that sucks. All right, so even though it seems silly, I think the strategy that I have to go for is to build a mortar. All right, out of range. Well, it doesn't really matter where I put him, to be honest. I could have actually put him inside of the range of the village. Ooh. Now we're getting fancy. Even though this seems a little bit silly because we obviously have to spend a decent amount of money on this guy, and obviously he is able to pop a lot of balloons. I think it makes a decent amount of sense here because what we're doing is we're actually popping just the lead layer, and then we're letting Etienne kind of do the rest. All right, just the lead layer, ba-bam, ba-bam, and then we shoot it off to the corner here. Also, later on, if we ever need to do this guy anymore, obviously we can just get a jungle drums on him and have cam detection on him and stuff, so we can like pop pretty much everything, which is cool. And of course, we can control him, so we get to decide whether or not we are going to allow him to pop any balloons whatsoever. All right, so sadly, it looks like I don't think we can take these all down. I'm going to have to use my ability here. Dang. Again, another tough round to use this on, but, you know, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Oh, crap. Lead balloons again. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Magical. Delicious. Look at this expert level micro mortar. Mortar micro? Micro mortar. I like micro mortar. It sounds like you just have like a little miniature mortar. Honestly, that's what they should do. They should just make mortars extremely tiny. That's it. That's all I want to change about them. Just make them extremely tiny. All right, an early ability here. I think if we try to use this almost every round, we're probably going to be better off than not using it every round. So let's try to plan that out, but seemingly it's not working out perfectly. Not working out perfectly at all. But good news! We got jungle drums, which is going to increase our attack speed. So I mentioned the alchemist nonsense. You can't alch things with Etienne, but you can get attack speed bonuses. Those attack speed bonuses do pour over into the drones. So that should hopefully help us out here at least a little bit. And then when we really need the extra group popping power, which seems to be Etienne's weakness, we can go for a mortar combo. But the good news is, check this out, we just doubled it. Doubled our popping power, man. That is delicious. That is going to help us out a lot. And I think it's finally time we're going to have to go for some heavy-duty glue gunners here. All right, let's go for, dang. All right, more pops are getting wasted here, but I'm really trying to decide whether or not these... I mean, I just doubled my popping power. I thought we were going to be better off for a little bit. Seemingly, no. Doesn't seem to matter much. All right, we need glue splatter. Big time. Big time. Ooh, you know what I just realized? We might want to consider going for a bottom path village here. All right, luckily this druid glue combo in the back here is actually saving us a lot. Yes, they are stealing pops, but it's nothing too significant yet. And of course, just keeping us in the game, not having to restart a million times, helps us out a bunch. All right, I think I'm gonna go all up to glue hose, dude. I think I want to. Oh my God, look at these balloons sticking through, man. Holy crap! All right, get the drones, get the drones, get the drones, Etienne. Get them going. 36, troublesome round, but again, we do survive. Wonderful. Honestly, I really wish I could just like jump to the future and be like, oh yeah, guys, like let's jump to round 47 because things are going good, but things are not going good. That's the big problem here. I've got weaknesses to leads and camos and everything popping in here. We got to try to pop these guys. I was trying to do something weird where I just decided to not pop the leads for a little bit, and I lost the camo balloons. So just to show you what's going on here. All right, drones, get going here, man. We got a lot of balloons to pop. We got a random lead balloon somewhere in here, but I don't want to waste too many of my pops. We're going to try without using that guy just yet. But now we got camo balloons coming through. Don't forget, if a single camo balloon sneaks through, these guys can't pop him. So that means we lose. And it looks like a single camo balloon snuck through. Fancy that. Okay, I was able to pop every single lead this time with the mortar, but definitely running into some issues here. We gotta hope that this lasts long enough and more camo balloons! So I'm really trying here, guys. I really am trying to say that, like, well, you know, 10 pops here, 20 pops there. All right, if we end up with 1,000 pops short at the end, like, obviously Chris screwed it all up for us. But I'm really trying. All right, so instead, though, we have to sadly use more mortar pops than we would like to make sure that we're going to stay in this game and actually pop even around 37. All right, let's go, baby. That should be enough. I believe in it. I believe in it. I'm scared, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping for it, guys. Hoping for the best. Come on. Come on, a few camo balloons here. Get them. Take them down. Yes, all right. And there we go. 37 is completed, but again, kind of on the barely side. Kind of on the barely side. All right, so we're going to do it. We're going to go monkey business and commerce. That should make these things a little bit cheaper. I don't want to say it's going to save us long term or anything like that, but I feel like I don't need camp detection at all, and I don't really need the rigor blocker right now, but we'll have to kind of see how that goes. Oh my God, more lead balloons. All right, let's go. Pop some of them. Not too many, though. Mortar's already got 115 pops. It's not absurd, but it is a decent amount. Plus, I still have to watch myself because I am using Etienne's abilities here to honestly just barely survive. And that's an every single round kind of situation that I have to deal with here. It's kind of scary, man. All right, 39. And now we're going to have to deal with round 40, which I don't think I can afford a Moab glue for. So we have to hope that Etienne is magically going to be powerful enough. Otherwise, we're going to have to build something crazy to pop Moab, which I most definitely don't want to have to do. Guess what we did? We created a regrow farm. Can't seem to escape the regrow farm. My mortar just makes it worse. All right, so just to survive here, I have to use a rapid reload mortar. And I'm getting most of the pops, but I clearly stole a bunch to make that round actually happen. And now we don't have anything for round 40. So we're going to see if our mortar can help us out enough, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think we are going to be in a bad place here. Look at this timing, too. Absolutely horrific. Look at that. Just as the motor gets, as the mob gets out of range. Oh my god, how absolutely sucktastic, dude. What the heck? So if you want to see absolute garbage, if you just like to throw crap on the screen and be like, yeah, we're 2 megapops and Chris, try to do Etienne. This is just, it's almost angrifying how ridiculous this is. All right, this is with a heli pilot. Again, it's going to be bad timing, but I think we're going to have to just press it anyways because it just lasts long enough anyways. And I'm not even sure if with the heli pilot we're going to win. Look at that. Oh, it's so annoying. All right, do we got a chance here with the mortar? With the mortar. It's going to be tight. But it looks like we will indeed survive the Moab. Not the way you want to play the game, but sometimes you are just forced to do ridiculousness. And in this case, we are definitely forced to do ridiculousness. All right, and now even if we get level 8, it does not help us at all. It's just everything about this is just not fun to deal with, dude. Etienne, baby. I'm supposed to be like saving up for an overclock right now and like actually being able to afford near an overclock at this point in the game when I do most other heroes. All right, overall, not good. Definitely going to have to use the mortar a little bit. Let's see if the mortar can help us out in surviving. You know, even if these guys steal pops, it doesn't really matter at this point as long as we live. The main thing is survive. Survive, my friends. All right. Around 41. We will indeed survive. Let's get as many pops as we can. Don't want to steal too many. We're already at over 1,000 with our mortar. Around 41. I mean, oh boy. Maybe once we get a level 10 Etienne, things will change a little bit. But as of right now, things are definitely not going very swell. Oh crap, look at this. More regen Bloons coming in. Gotta admit, one of my biggest regrets with a R-A-G-R-E-A-T-S is not going regrow blocker. Believe it or not, I chose the monkey commerce over the regrow blocker, and I severely regret that decision. I don't know. I mean, it's not like horrific or anything like that, but I don't need to buy another village. Oh, guess what I didn't even do? Didn't even put this village inside of the range of the other village to make it even more effective. So yeah, we're screwing things up hardcore all over the place today. But it's all right. We're going to try to get through it. All right, more drones. In the very back, mortar. Oh, no, there's no way we're surviving this. I accidentally double tapped. All right, so not super happy about this, but we decided to do something a little different. First of all, I want to let you guys know that there are some masochists out there that, you know, when they see chimps, they're like, oh, well, you know, part of chimps, Chris, is continuous. I mean, it's the C, bro. It's the frickin' C in chimps. It's the first letter. You can't just walk away from that and say that it doesn't matter. But sometimes I feel like I must. And in this situation, my must has come down to I need to look out for my own sanity in some situations. And oh, God. Well, anyways, I have finally decided that I'm going to allow myself to use continues. And even though that seems a little bit silly because it sort of like takes away from some of the necessary skill involved, it also is just something that saves you hours upon hours of suffering. And I feel like for my own well-being, I could deal with some suffering, but sometimes I can't deal with a lot of suffering. So today we're going to take away some of our suffering and we're going to play on himps instead of chimps. We're going to see if this is going to work out for us. All right, I'm still trying, obviously, to get as many pops as I possibly can. This thing sucks sometimes. It's difficult, though. This guy is still struggle-lugging. That's all I can really say. He's struggle-lugging, but I got something cool happening this time. I decided to get all the way up to a relentless glue instead of a middle path glue. And I didn't do a middle path glue with a bottom path, which is not the way that I normally build that glue gunner, but usually I build some sort of 2... Oh! No! Oh, thank goodness. So normally I build some sort of 2-3 glue gunner if I'm going to build that glue gunner, and it just really did not work out very well as a 0-3-2. Because I had to re-glue the balloons so many times, and it wasn't horrible, actually. It just wasn't, I don't think, the best solution for me. On top of that, this guy's going to slow down mobs and stuff like that, making us even better against them, and we're just hoping that we don't steal too many pops with all this random crap that we got. Of course, Etienne's still doing a majority of the pops. This glue gunner does not do any pops as a relentless glue gunner. It just stuns them even more than usual. And then the mortar really just comes down into play if we ever run into some major issues here. But we already have jungle drums and a regrow blockers. This is about as high as we can go as far as villages are concerned and everything. You can tell there's still some pretty major issues with popping power. Get that popping power, sadly, there is not very many options at this point. We cannot get Alchemists. We can't afford a full-on Overclocked Engineer. We can't afford a Sabo. So to make this actually survivable, right now what we have to do is we have to just time our abilities properly and get a little bit of extra popping power going with whatever other towers that we have here. And I like to have a tower that I can control, so later on in the game, if we're able to get more pops out of it, I can just move the mortar out of the way and make this do a better job for me. So let's hope that this works out. So far, pretty good. Not horrible at the very least. And I'm going to move the mortar away. We're going to hope that we can pop the rest of these guys without too many issues. So it looks like for round 45 here, and keep in mind that round 43 and 44 are pretty much death for us. I had to try like 10 times on each one of those freaking rounds. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, if I got one Mega Pop, I think I'd be pretty pumped about myself here. Because, like, check this out. I mean, like, a lot of Bloons are trying to sneak through here. I basically had to use my mortar the entire time just to try to stay even alive while my other towers are, like, trying to also keep me alive. It's ridiculous. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another Relentless Glue. I think that might actually help us out. Sadly, money is still kind of scarce. My next big boy play was going to be to go for Etienne up to level 9 here because I get an extra layer of poppage. But even so, you could tell, struggle-luggin', baby. We really have to wait for this ability. Once we get the ability, though, that's the good news. We can win. Here's the problem. Cable balloons, other balloons, garbage balloons, just everything's just garbage. Okay, looks like we do have to upgrade our druid. I'm also going to upgrade my sub here because we have too many random pink balloons just sneaking through at this point. There's not, again, much else that I can do to slow things down without stealing a bunch more pops. Right now, it sucks, but I have to use my mortar just to kind of like stay alive. And even so, like I said, still kind of losing at this point. This ability, it's got a very long cooldown, which is terrible. Look at that mortar micro, baby. Look at that. All right. Finally, back in the game. 45. I think we're going to survive. It's a lot of pink balloons, though. And we just lost that. Oh, we got lead balloons coming in here, too. All right, let's switch this up. Just mortar. Go do some pops, man. We don't want to lose this late in the game after being actually successful for the first time in a while. And I think it's finally time we're going to go for that second Relentless Glue. Woo! All right, so I don't know how much that's going to affect the game here, but we're hoping that basically everything just gets stunned kind of on top of each other again and again and again, over and over and over again. And oh, my goodness. Seemingly when that first glue wears off, though, definite chaos here. I'm like trying to save my abilities. It just doesn't really work. It just does not work the way I want it to. All right, so my next big step here is again, ooh, yeah, we could probably get in this round. We're going to buy level 9, man, for sure. Everybody's got cam detection now, so I don't need to worry about that, but there's just too many balloons here. I think we're going to lose. Oh, yeah, look at that. Ceramics are in the back now. What the heck? I hate to say what the heck a lot, but it really does seem like no matter what I do, I just, like, lose more and more and more. And then if I don't lose, obviously I'm stealing all the pops, so it feels like I'm not even 2 mega popping at this point, right? There's just no easy, good solution to make this all happen. And a lot of times it looks like, oh yeah, look at that. You got this all set up, Chris. Everything's glued and everything. It looks good. And all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, there's a lot of balloons mixed up in there. That actually was kind of a problem. Whoopsie doodle cakes. But the good news is 47 has been defeated. We're officially level 9 as well, which means our drones are going to pop an extra layer. That's not bad. We're popping pinks down into greens now, which is pretty good, I guess. Greens down into reds. Purples down into yellows and then blues. Good, good. I'll take it. Every little bit of damage can matter here. And again, doubling it from 1 to 2 is the biggest jump you could do. 2 to 3, who cares? 3 to 4, who cares? But 1 to 2, oh, big bonus. Big boner bonus. And that's the way you guys like it. The bigger, the better. Guess what's gonna kill us? Round 49. I'm just about guaranteeing a loss here. Good news is I'm gonna use my mortar the entire time. And I had my ability going, and we still just got slobber knocked. All right, so a mortar to save the day again. Now let's look at these pop counts really quickly, in case you're curious. It's not as absurd as it might look. 500, 600, 3,000. Okay, I mean, none of those numbers are good. Etienne, though, 21,000. He is doing most of the work, all right? It's not all of it. Technically, he still is on 2 Megapops track. I can get up to 40,000 pops lost and still survive here. So if late game Etienne just ends up being unbelievably powerful, technically, we got a chance. But right now, again, it's not even about popping things. It's about not losing. I thought about it. I got a cool idea. Normally, I'd go for a middle path mortar in this situation. I'm actually going to try a shell shock. Stuns the balloons, which will allow Etienne to have more time to pop them. And if we stun them on top of gluing them, it just means they're on the screen for a really, really long time, and that's exactly what we want to have happen. Does it mean we're actually going to win? Nah, got no guarantees on that one, man. Plus, we can't pop blacks or zebra layers, and it doesn't even affect blacks or zebras, which kind of sucks. But it looks like, as far as pops go, that worked. Uh-oh, regen balloons. Another big problem. Another big problem. We do have the regrow blocker, by the way, but it's not quite enough to take down everything by itself. But mortar, again, coming to save the day, but now look at that pops. I got like 2,000 pops on that round. That's pretty bad, dude. All right, leads taken down. Get it out of the way. Let's see if we can get our ability going and actually defeat this Moab. I actually believe that we might be able to, if we get a little lucky. Just a little bit of luck. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit. And bam. We got to pop the second Moab as well, though. Ooh, and we might have ran out. Oh, dang. All right, even with mortar help here, I don't think this is going to be successful. And this is a nice slow Moab, too. You know what? Maybe we got a chance here if we just actually use the mortar all the way through. All right, let's use it. Maybe we'll get lucky with the glues. Come on, stun it. Stun it. Okay, most of them are glued. With the back, we actually do survive. All right. Not fantastic, but not horrible. And then that glue is actually, Relentless Glue, man, actually really freaking good, too. All right, so we're actually almost to the amount of money that we need to get our overclocked engineer flowing. That will indeed change the game for us. If we can get that guy going and any... Oh, more regens. I gotta blow something up here. I don't want to go too crazy, but I don't want to steal all the pops, but I gotta blow some crap up. And here we go, a nice Etienne ability. Lots of regens coming in here. We gotta move the mortar back in action. 51 has been completed. All right. Also, this map is kind of bad to, like, just wait for an ability by, like, having a red balloon slowly, like, walk through over here. It's just not long enough to actually come back in action. But either which way, 6,800, 28,000. We're still making some magic happen. Let's keep trying to pour it in, man. See if we can pop some deliciousness in here. All right, we got a nice ability here right in the middle of everything. Hopefully this works out. Mostly I want to pop the Moabs, obviously, with this ability. But I also need to pop the balloons inside. So, and the balloons are where most of the pops come from. Oh my goodness. Mortar in the back again. Trying to save the day. He kind of is, but can't. All right, around 53, we got some good stun work and everything going on for us. It was okay. 54 is obviously going to be way more difficult, though, and sadly, I was not able to afford my overclock. So check this out if I don't use a mortar at all. Obviously, we want to wait as long as we possibly can before we use this ability. I don't know about obviously, but that would be the way that I would want to pull it off. And then once I get a big bundle of everything where I'm going to waste 0 of my popping power, bam, shazam, I blow my load. Let's see what happens. Again, this is with no mortar popping power at all, though. And you can see the balloons are not going down horribly, but eventually we do get overwhelmed. Ceramics and 2 Moabs still alive, so it's like obviously absurd. So let's see what happens when I use the mortar a little bit. So all I'm going to do is put the mortar down here. That's it. I'm going to use the ability a little bit quicker now because I actually am going to be able to pop the balloons a little bit faster, and these guys can actually start popping the Moab layer, which is what they're designed to do, kind of. Like the mortar clearly can't do that by himself. We do get these guys glued. We're going to slow it all down again, just kind of aim where the Moab is. That's all I really want to do. We got a lot of balloons like slowly exploding and crap over here. I don't know why that's happening. I guess the mortar's exploding them. It's kind of cool. All right, we got to get the glue to work here, man. Come on, glue. Get to work, get to work. Get to work. Oh, I think we're donezo. I think we're donezo. Let's see. Druid and Sub trying to work together, and unbelievably, they do make us survive at a large cost to pops. But the good news is we're only about $1,000 away from our overclock, which will definitely be good news for us. And we just got level 10, which is going to add a huge increase in total popping power. Realistically, the more stunning we have, the better this is going to be, because we can just stun and just UCAV the crap out of everything on the screen, man. It's going to be beautiful. So at this point, we're going to try to see what else we can get to stun things. Even if it's like ice towers and stuff, because maybe they'll steal less total popping power. But don't forget, this guy cannot pop blacks. Darn. All right, with our UCAV, you can clearly see we have a huge, huge, huge weakness right now, and we're going to have to fix that. I think there's only one way to fix it. I'm kind of glad I went regrow blocker, because I think we have to buy the radar scanner and the MIB to make Etienne's drones actually do what we want them to do here. Yeah, I think it's the only solution. So it shouldn't be that far away, but now I have 3 different abilities that I can use to sort of support myself. I can overclock Etienne non-stop all the time. I can still use Etienne's ability, number 1. And of course, UCAV, which is weak against black balloons, but that's it. That's really its only weakness. It's very good against mobs, very good against balloons. It's just overall a solid ability. The only problem is it's obviously got a long cooldown. So, you can tell, like, I don't know if... Oh, and if we can overclock that on top of it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we got to take, like, a quick break here because I know that this video is going to get extremely long. I know that I've had a lot of problems so far, but I'm just going to have to walk through the problems and maybe meet you guys back on 63, see what we can do. Okay, I'm a little bit worried because I don't think I can get the UCAV to actually pop all 3 sets. Even if I time this very, very well, which I have not been able to do, by the way, I don't think I can get it. Like, that was a pretty good run right there. We popped them nearest to the back. The second set will get popped here. I could try to overclock again, but that just doesn't matter much. And then for the last set, it doesn't seem like we can keep this guy on the screen long enough for the balloons to actually come out for that last set. It's close, but I would need to wait another 5-6 seconds, something like that, to actually make this happen. And then on top of that, my mortar is not powerful enough to keep the balloons on the screen and actually pop stuff here, even with good micro and all that stuff. So we're going to have to do some actual other stuff to pop things here, other than just letting Etienne do his job. It looks like 2 shell-shocking mortars was able to keep these balloons at bay for the time being. And now we're just in a bad situation for 64 already. Absolute, utter Etienne disaster after disaster, man. I've been recording for easily over an hour at this point. I'm really around 64. That's how many retries and stuff that I've actually had to take to make this happen. It just gets ridiculous. Just look at the screen, man. This is just ridiculous. It's kind of funny to watch, to be completely honest. All the way in the very back here, we're barely hanging on against pretty much everything. I'm also mad at myself because I accidentally used the UCAV at the end of round 64, even though I didn't need to, because I was freaking out trying to press buttons and stuff, and it just didn't work out. But here we are. 65 is taken down as far as pop counts go. 95 for Etienne, but here is the bad part. 23 and 5. And that doesn't include the 1,000 and 1,000 from those guys either. So it's just looking rough, man. It's looking real rough here. Honestly, the reason why I built a sub at the very beginning of this game is because I was really hoping, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to get some sort of Energizer or something like that, and possibly even move Etienne in range of that thing and, like, make it all work somehow in, like, some super awesome way. And upsettingly, I don't think that's going to be part of the game at all. I think it's just going to be my mortar saving the day a little bit here and there, and we'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. I mean, again, it's not even perfectly saving the day either. Still a lot of restarts here and there. But it's difficult. It is difficult. All right, so this actually is a huge increase. I am actually excited for the future here. I believe at this point that we have, I don't want to say officially lost, but we're pretty gosh darn close to officially losing. 40,000 pops is kind of like the limit here, and I'm at about 34,000. So that means for the rest of the 30 rounds left, I have to lose like 4,000 or less pops, roughly. And I still have to dodeca double whatever 20 times the number is in double, triple form, whatever that is. I have to do that for Etienne still. So, yeah. But anyways, one cool thing is level 12 happened, which I guess is pretty good. Level 12 gives drone upgrades, increased popping power and flight speed. And that popping power, I don't know exactly what it means, but it means that we're going through a lot more balloons, which allows us to actually hit group balloons properly, and really does increase our popping power a lot. So you can see, I mean, no mortars attacking at all. This is all Etienne here. It's not perfect, but way, way, way better than what we were dealing with before. Still takes some work and micro and stuff, but way, 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 way better. I don't want to say things are looking up, but things are looking much, much, much less bleak. Etienne started to take over, man. Late game Etienne is pretty good. Plus, combining abilities together is actually quite functional. Specifically, using this ability is dominant at this point in the game. Basically, any round that's coming out against this here, I don't want to say fully cleaned up or anything like that, but definitely greatly increased damage on that puppy. Though 75 does seem to be our first major issue, so definitely gonna have to redo some of the stuff that I was just doing here. All right, just to kind of talk you guys through like my thought process and a lot of this stuff. I like to try to use all these abilities, but I like to not have them all gone at the same time, because then I can always have something to go back to. But I also want to make sure that I have abilities ready for future rounds that I know are going to be problematic. For example, I know that round 76 is very, very problematic. So I'm going to want to use this guy for 76. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just keep Etienne overclocked all the time. That's pretty much just like an automato. I want to try to use this thing either at the very, very end of the round then so I can actually get it back for round 76, or just time it so I can get it back a second time before round 76. Clearly, I think we screwed this one up. We used it too late. So I'm going to have to restart here, sadly, because I will, for sure, just not be able to beat round 76 at all if I don't do that. So, again, another restart, I think. Yeah, another restart. Another goofy way to play this is we can say, you know what, if we can't officially pop all the balloons on round 75, we can use this ability right at the end of round 75 and have it last through round 76. But fortunately for us, I actually did a pretty good job here. And then for this, check this out. Woo! I don't know why, I just thought I saw a gigantic regen ceramic bundle over here, but I guess it wasn't as big as I thought. So we are good. All right, 200,000+ mortars. Oh, not looking good, man. Not looking good, but also not impossibly unfortunate at this point in the game. It's going to be scary, but not ridiculous. All right. One other thing we can do is we can use this ability here, and then we can try to time so at the very beginning of the next round, we can just use this ability, slow everything down, hopefully in enough time to get this guy back in action. It's also another reasonable thing to get. Like I said, drones are actually doing some real work at this point. I'm feeling all right. And, ooh, greatly increased, yes, damage output. All right, let's use this guy real quick. I don't think I could take this down by myself, so we're going to use that UCAV, but I got to be careful here, because I believe on round 78, the UCAV length is so long that you can't use the ability twice. With almost every other hero, you can use your ability twice to beat the first Ceramic Rush and the second Ceramic Rush, which is also a harder camo Ceramic Rush. So, yeah, anyways, let's slow this down. Use every ability we got here. Let's see if this is going to be enough. I'm also going to use my mortar just a little bit. Just to stun everything a little bit. Keep it on the screen. That's all I really want to do. Keep it on the screen. It's not really working that well in the first place, but it's working good enough. And then I will get my UCAV back in time to save the day here, if I need it. If I need it. And it looks like I don't need it! Woo! But I'm glad I didn't use it, because I would have definitely needed the UCAV for this round. This is absurdity. All right, now I got to wait this out as long as I possibly can. UCAV's going to wrap around here at the very bottom. This is perfect timing on this puppy. I don't think I can do better than that. Let's hope that this actually follows through and keeps me in the game here through the entirety of round 79. Otherwise, I'm probably boned, because I don't think I can ever do that again. That was just really, really, really good. All right, this ability's going. Etienne, we level it up. We can. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Why the heck not? We got a bunch of balloons coming in here. We're going to have to pop these regens, so I'm going to go both mortars on this puppy. If these regens get out of hand, we're donezo. Luckily, they're not getting out of hand yet, and I think the regens are done. Dang! All right, we popped all the regens. Now we just have to make sure we time everything else to make sure we can still beat all these mobs and BFBs. Believe it or not, with $8,000. Kind of a weird thing to have happen, but all right. I'll take it. We're going to use our drone storm here. We're going to try to not use the UCAV here, but we're going to see if we do need it. We're definitely going to use it. I would like to, again, use it pretty much every single round, 80+. So if we can make that happen, that would be delish. At this point, we are just leveling up Etienne. I think getting him up to level 20 is probably the best thing we can do at this point. But you can tell, definite weakness to just overall big balloons. This is going to be painful. But now, we're getting to the point where fighting against these smaller balloons, I don't want to say easy or anything like that, but definitely not as bad as it was before. A lot of extra ceramic damage. Popping ceramics down into greens right now. That's pretty awesome. Okay, we're going to switch this up. I am going to use the UCAV, I think. No, actually, I don't need to. All right, a few balloons. I'll deal. All right, big chunks of BFBs here. We're going to use that UCAV. Kind of early, because I want to make sure that if I can, I'd like a couple BFBs to be in the backpack here, alive still, and have them slowly get popped, allowing my UCAV to sort of recoup itself. It's sucktastic here, but I got to use my UCAV again around 81 just to survive. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt and allow us to not survive in the future here. But all abilities basically own at this point. I might go for another Ninja Sabo soon, or I might switch up and just go for another Snowstorm. I don't like the Snowstorm as much as Sabo. It just slows it down a little bit too little, in my opinion, for the amount of money you're spending. But they're both expensive. They're both reasonable. It's kind of up to you on what you want to go for, but I like the 15 seconds of just everything for sure will be slowed down for those full 15 seconds instead of for just a couple seconds. All right, UCAV should be able to be used on round 82 here. Yep, I don't know if that's going to get us all the way through round 82, but we definitely used it. Combine it all together here. And round 82 is donezo. All right. Yeah, I'm going more Sabos. I think we're going to get to level 20 eventually, so I don't want to waste too much of my money just upgrading this guy. So we're going to go for 3 full-on Sabos. The nice thing about the Sabos, too, is that I can use them as my last-ditch stunning effort to stop any balloons that are actually getting the very, very back here. All right, we're about to break 500,000, which is kind of cool. Not the number that I would like to have at this point. I'd like to have a full-on 500,000. But, yeah, not horrible. Not horrible. Getting spicy. Real spicy. The good news is we are 3 Sabos at this point, and those 3 Sabos are definitely keeping us in the game quite a bit because it allows us to get a UCAV every single round, pretty much without fail. But my UCAV, once I use it, is pretty much killing everything so quickly. I don't have any time to like recoup it or anything like that. It's just kind of stuck like that. Oh, man. All right, I don't know what else to do with my money at this point. I think just getting to level 20 pretty quickly is probably good. But if I can find anything else that I can think of that would help me out here, I think I have to go for it. All right, I thought about it, and I think our best plan of action at this point is to get a call to arms. I don't want to say that there's no other answer here, but clearly getting attack speed is always good. I don't think we're going to be able to get a homeland defense. Obviously, no Perma Brew, no Ultra Boost or anything like that. But it's just having what we have right now with a little bit more speed might be enough to get us through a lot of the game. The next big issue for us, though, might be the big rounds. Round 98, round 99, and 100. All 3 of those are going to be tricky as crap. All right, let's slow this crap down. Yeah, sadly, some of our pops are getting stolen here, but again, it's just kind of the way it has to be at this point. And I don't want to spend any more money on Etienne. That's just kind of like a clear thing that I know for a fact I don't want to do. So until I see any major issues, I will meet you guys back because still things are going okay. Around 89, kind of problematic for us, but I do get a UCAV kind of here at the end of it. I have to hope that DDTs are not that big of a deal for us. Ooh. UCAV coming in strong. Oh, wait. Still not over. Still not over. Take them down, please. Take them down, please. Oh, there's like a blue balloon trying to sneak through right there. Finally. We do survive. All right, all we have right now is just 1 Sabo. That's all we got as far as abilities go. But these are like regular Moabs as far as this guy should be concerned. So that shouldn't be that bad, right? I mean, they're just kind of like a little bit quicker than Moabs. And round 90 actually does go down pretty well. And we're going to get a call to arms soon. Another huge game-breaking ability for us right here. All right, all abilities, just go. And we're going to use... Let's just use the UCAV, man. I'm feeling it. I feel like this is a good time. Lots of balloons on the screen, and we get that call to arms, and now this combo is going to get absurd. All right, and actually going pretty well. We want this to happen. We want a few balloons to be left over, so all of our abilities kind of have time to come back here. All right, 92. Pretty decently beefy level here, but nothing crazy. We're going to go for a combo boom boom, and then we're also going to Sabo this kind of while everything is on top of itself here. Very good against reinforced Moabs, clearly. Another Sabo. Why not? And we're going to UCAV. So the weird thing about this UCAV, it's actually not going to be very effective against this. Oh my god, it's just to get rid of all these random ceramics and everything. And we're actually going to wait to use any abilities, because we want these oh my gods to be on the screen for as long as we possibly can, again, to get our abilities back. I'm still going to need to use some of these abilities, but at the very least, I'll have my UCAV back for the next round, which is always what I want to have happen. All right, so let's Sabo this. Let's call to arms it as well. And we're going to have the UCAV up for round 93. Because we're probably going to need it. All right, 92 does indeed go down. Etienne's getting most of the pops here. He's almost up to 1 million. He officially reached level 20. So it kind of sucks that we had to pay extra money to level him up earlier on in the game. But I still feel like it was probably worth it because some of those big damage increases and drone increases around the like 12, 13, 14, 15, those have been absolutely, unbelievably helpful for us for not losing too many pops in the mid part of the game. And I don't think that having a bunch of extra money at this point of the game is actually going to do us all that much extra help. Because the only thing I can really get is a homeland defense. And I don't even think I can afford that thing. So I don't know what else to do with my money at all. Like, I could buy more random relentless glues. And I could even do a Relentless Glue with the middle path, which actually might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do another Relentless Glue. I'm going to go middle path this time. We're going to leave him on close and just have him hit whatever the heck he wants to, is the main thing. Just hit things, man. All right. Over almost a million pops at this point. That's pretty good. But if you look at this, man, that's not looking good at all. If you actually add them all up, we are over 40,000, which is, believe it or not, it's not 40K exact. It's something like 43, 44, somewhere in there. And it kind of depends a little bit on how your regen action worked. And believe it or not, our regen action has actually been fairly helpful for Etienne in his 2 million pop quest. Because Etienne's not very good at popping regens. And if we time his ability to use the UCAV to defeat everything all at once, kind of after we get overwhelmed, we can get more pops. Some people might say this is cheating and you shouldn't do that. You should actually play it. Regens aren't allowed to regrow kind of situation here. This is a real chimps game. Well, it's a real himps game, I guess. Yeah, it's not a real anything, I guess, if you really want to go deep on it. All right, here we go. We're going to go Call to Arms, and we're going to go for this ability as well. We'll have everything back around 95 easy. Hopefully. And we're actually getting... Wow. The good news is having Etienne's automatic guy all the time here is actually quite helpful. You got to admit. And 94 should go down. Woo! All right, spicy. And we will have every single ability back for around 95, which is even more helpful for us. Dude, this is going to be really, really, really close, because if Etienne can actually get every single pop here for the rest of the game, and I don't want to steal any more pops, if possible, steal nothing. So these mortars, I think if I put them over here, I think some Bloons might actually get kind of like nicked on the corner there. I'm just trying to keep all these guys completely off the screen there, and hopefully none of these guys are hitting anything too much, are they? No, he's definitely out of range for at least BFBs. Has to be like a Oh My God or something getting over here for him to actually steal those pops, which would be kind of weird. All right, round 95, all abilities available. I actually believe we're going to win this one. I do have this Relentless Glue with Glue Splatter at this point, on close, and I don't know what else to do with my money. I could go one more Sabo. That's probably it. All right, let's just use the UCAV right from the get-go. I'm ready to Call to Arms it. Combine it together. Get that extra pop and power. 95 goes down so easy, it's almost absurd. But now we have to hope that we get all those back for the middle of round 96 here. This is a big round as well. So we're definitely going to go for Sabos. You know what? Let's go for another Sabo. I'm going to throw him off in the complete corner here, though. Another Sabo here. Make sure everybody's overclocked all at the same time. Use every ability we got here whenever we get it. And UCAV should be up in time. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And I probably don't need anything too crazy here. Ooh, we are stealing more pops, though. That's not good. I don't like that at all, man. I don't like that I'm losing any pops at this point, because it's that close already. If I lose... I don't know. We got most of it with the UCAV there. If I lose any more pops, I'm restarting this round. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. 1.4 million. Still working our way up. How close can we get with Etienne? We'll just keep on overclocking them. All right, this is still a surprisingly big Bloon level. These ceramics get very strong. I pretty much have non-stop Sabos here, so do not feel bad at all about using Sabos. If that's like the main form of popping power, just use it, dude. Just use it. I don't really like that I had to use this, but again, oh man, look at that. Yep, I'm restarting. I didn't like that. One of the most interesting things to me, which a lot of people probably don't think it's all that interesting, but to me, one of the most interesting things in the entire world are aliens. But not in the way that most people would think about aliens. I think most people that think about aliens think about either little green men or they think about UFOs. And when they think about these UFOs, they think that UFOs have aliens inside of them that have traversed the entire universe and have decided to randomly remain silent and or remain just in a state of controlling the entire... Oh my god, what the heck? Randomly stay in some sort of weird controlling state where all they do is just sit in the corner and decide what to do when they want to do it, when they just feel like anally probing somebody. They just pop on down here and they're like, yeah, that's the way we're going to figure things out. Anally probe them. You know, we can't just like take a blood test or, like just do super crazy science stuff since you traverse the entire universe in a ridiculously super-powered spaceship most likely to find us. and you also decided to remain secret and have evaded all of our technology to find you and or do anything to you without super grainy, random, fuzzy pictures that are probably not anything important at all. But anyways, the point that I wanted to get to was that I strongly believe aliens have not come here. And sadly, all UFOs that have ever been UFOified have not been aliens. All right? Now, that's not to say that I don't think, quote-unquote, aliens don't exist. I think there's life everywhere out there in the universe, man. Like, when I say everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. I think we probably even have a lot of life in our own solar system. Places to look, like even randomly in weird places on Mars. Maybe in weird little water pockets or underground or something like that. Even like an underground water cavern type thing, where life is like randomly just sort of stayed alive underneath there, protected from the space radiation, which is usually one of the biggest weaknesses to life. Or even weird moons. There's some moons around Jupiter and or even Saturn where scientists think that life might even be possible to live there. Water oceans. It's the main thing you need. I mean, if you look at Earth, where's life? Anywhere where there's water. Obviously, there's places where there's not water, it's still life, but it's because they're able to get water from somewhere else usually. But the main thing you need is water. That's really it. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go boom, boom. And you know what? I'm going to UCAV it. I don't want to lose any pops. At this point, it's all about not losing pops more than actually being smart. And we're going to hope that we can still be smart enough and still take down round 97, but have almost all of our abilities here for round 98. For sure, 97 is like kind of problematic, but 98 is hugely problematic. But anyways, I strongly believe that, and I think the reason why is because I think a lot of people don't realize how big space actually is. Like, there's this cool fact, and it's like 99% true, but not 100% true. It's like the moon has to be the farthest point away from Earth kind of situation or whatnot. But believe it or not, you can fit every single planet that exists in our solar system between the Earth and the moon. Isn't that kind of ridiculous? I think so. I don't know about you guys, man, but I definitely think that is absolutely ridiculous. It just shows you the grandness of space. Because everybody like looks at the solar system pictures and they're like, well, you know, there's Earth and there's Mercury and it all fits on the same page, bro. But if you actually had to like do it properly, I don't know the exact amount of information that you need to make this happen, but it would be something like a couple blocks or a couple miles or something like that if you actually wanted to print out like an accurate representation of space. And people don't realize space is just so empty. So absurdly empty, and even if we were able to be so unbelievably smart that we could travel the speed of light, which we strongly believe it is even possible, you should be able to go like 0.99999% of the speed of light, but even at that point, it takes so much energy, it's like absurd. You would like need to control stars, basically, to like get this amount of energy. All right, we're going to... Okay, that's fair enough. We kind of screwed that up. All right, I can't say flawless, but this is definitely way better than before. I tried doing it where I used the UCAV, and it was so strong, it just deleted everything on round 97, and then, of course, right away on round 98, I didn't have enough time to get any of these guys back, so I decided to say restart again. Luckily, this time around, it looks pretty good for us, as long as this goes down okay. Yeah, pretty good. And 97, almost perfect. Almost perfect. If not perfect enough. All right, one weird thing is overclock is not lasting the entire time at this point, so I'm actually going to rebuy another overclock. I don't know if this is actually going to be helpful at all, but I'm going to do it. And we're going to go boom, boom, boom. And I got to do a UCAV and have it be ready again on round 99, because I believe that round 99 could also kill us without a UCAV here. But I might be able to sneak by without using a UCAV on round 99 and just get it right for 100, because that's actually going to be more problematic for us. So yeah, we got a lot of issues coming up real fast up in here. So we just have to hope that we're going to get skillful and lucky here. Let's look at this pop count, though. 1.7 million. We just broke it, my friends. All right, slow it down, slow it down. Make sure we overclock. All right, this is going to be tight. This is going to be extremely, extremely, extremely tight. I don't want anybody to steal any pops, but at this point, I think it's probably still going to happen. We're still doing quite well overall. I think I have to use almost all of my abilities at least one more time. All right, overclock it again. Going good enough. Another Sabo. We're down to the low tier balloons. I got a UCAV, I think. I think I have to do it. I think I have to try for round 99 to not have the need for the UCAV. That's like the only way this is going to happen. Oh, and then still, even with that, still lose. Okay, let's see if we can get lucky and or skillful again this time. I used my UCAV even later this time around, and I did a much better job with getting my overclocks and stuff kind of all piled up here. But again, don't forget, all of this is saying that I don't want to try to save any extra abilities for round 99. Oh, more ceramics sneaking through, and they're going to sneak through. With one ability left, the Call to Arms ability. That's all we're going to have here for round 99 to start ourselves off. But 1.87 million pops. We are close, but I still think it's going to be just out of reach here. All right, so both of those abilities that we have available, let's use them. I don't know what else I could possibly get to actually make myself do better if we can't beat this round, though. I like to believe that TTTs won't be that much more problematic than anything else because we have MIB, so just kind of hoping here. But everything's just out of reach right now, which is kind of sucktastic. All right, we get this ability. We get another Sabo going. Everything is nice and slow for us. We just got to take him down. All right, another overclock. The end of round 99, a few Bloons. We take him down with the UCAV and a little bit of Ice Tower slowdown. And here it is, my friends, round 100. We are currently at 1.922 mil, and I believe that is not enough. I just want to be straight with you guys. I believe that that is not enough pops to get us through to that 2 million, but I am actually much closer than I thought I was going to be. For all of the problems that we have had to deal with here, we are probably about 5,000, 6,000 off. That's not bad. That's if we pop this bad and all of its contents on the inside. So far, though, it's not looking too horrible. Every single ability we got here, basically, except for the Sabo. Sabo's not going to do anything for us. If it comes down to it, we will have to probably throw down some sort of Spike Storm or something like that to try to get some extra pops here. But I can't think of anything else we could possibly do to actually get things going in here. All right, Call to Arms plus this ability here. Let's get the other overclock going, kind of time them a little bit. I have 2 overclocks and 4 Sabos at this point, which is kind of absurd. But it is what it is. All right, so yeah, it looks like, sadly, this is going to be too much bad for us to handle. So we're going to have to do something about that. And again, it means stealing pops. Etienne, just not quite there. So luckily we have some money, but not an extreme amount of money. All we want to do is just get one quick Moab Shredder. Probably steal 1,000. Oh, wow. We're already up to 2,000 stolen pops. Wow. Okay, that's actually more than I thought. But I can't say it's a bad thing. If the faster we pop the bad layer, the more likely we are to actually pop all of the insides, which is where most of the pops are. This guy's going to steal an easy 5K. Whew, more than I thought for sure. 6,000. Dang. All right, if we're super close, like within 5,000, 6,000, I might try a couple different strategies real quick just to like see what's going to happen here. Also, timing my second UCAV ability might be important here. Because right there, I had to use it for sure. Okay, here it is. It's popped. Around 100. Oh, it's just out of reach, man. Just out of reach. 2s of my gods, too. These guys are beefy. All right, yeah, it looks like... I don't know. I definitely have to use UCAV at least... Ooh, we're not even going to win here, are we? Wow. Okay, so this time around, we are going to steal about half the pops with our Moab Shredder, but we still lost last time, which might seem kind of weird. But my plan this time is to hopefully get a third UCAV up and have the UCAV do most of the work here. I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but that's my hope. Ooh, Sabo, late game, in the back. All right. The nice thing is this guy's still doing most of the pops back here. They're just kind of stunning things and slowing things down a little bit. It's actually kind of nice, the Ice Tower, even though he's got some of the pops. It's actually stopping the Druid and the Sub from stealing any of these pops. All right, a nice slowdown here. The glue and everything combined together is pretty nice. I don't want to pop anything, though, until I got my UCAV up. That's the plan. All right, so we're going to go overclock. This, and UCAV all on top of each other. Let's see if this is going to be enough here. Again, requires a little bit of luck, but we do it, and we get a total of only 2,036,000 pops. That's actually less than I thought. And we were 17,000 away from Etienne. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to call it an absolute frickin' success. For the amount of pain and suffering and crap that I've had to deal with here, I don't feel like this is a bad number whatsoever. I was not even expecting 1.9 or 1.8 million. And look at how close we got, man. Pretty sweet. But anyways, just to finish off, telling you guys about aliens. I believe that there are a lot of aliens out there in the solar system and the universe and all of that junk. But, you know, it is what it is, dude. I don't believe they're visiting Earth. And if you have any proof otherwise, I'd love to see it. Super John Bobo out, and have a super duper delicious day.